But I got the thing accomplished. Says those are what, President-elect Trump had called as the black jobs. So they literally hire all the people that get the black jobs. So they got a lot of black people that work for Home Depot. Hey y'all, this is Tameka, the face behind Hey HR, where I bring you nothing but HR content from stop to finish if you're just looking to start or grow your career. Get ready because we are totally working on adding another phase to the wonderful Hey HR platform where we're not only going to talk about just the workplace stuff, but we're going to talk about the things outside of the office or workplace or your career that gets you ready to just be the best you at work. So that's like going to be self-care, just getting cute, looking nice. What do we do on our downtime? Like, y'all, we got to stop just focusing all on work. So I said all of that to say, I want you to, if you haven't already, make sure that you subscribe, hit the bell so you don't miss any uploads. I'm already trickling information over to IG, so it'd be nice if you guys follow me there because I literally just got approved and started on a platform called LTK. For right now, we're going to talk about these companies that are decreasing or eliminating their DEI initiatives. So I already seen the hate comments, child. I'm fine with it. Everybody ain't going to agree on the same thing. I've posted on my LinkedIn. I've posted it here on YouTube. I've even written tons of blogs all about different DEI programs that are either being decreased by corporate companies or being eliminated altogether. And I hear you guys.
Oh man, good. They waste their money. They need to focus on something else. They need to better this and do that and da-da-da.
Like, I hear y'all, but I feel so bad for y'all because so many people, some people, I get some comments, particularly on LinkedIn, where I'm like, oh, that's interesting. But then I get so many comments where I'm like, child, your comment don't even reflect what really is happening. Like I had one person that said, good, because everybody should be able to apply for the job. And I'm like, that's what DI does. It adds diverse candidates into a pool that's saturated with people who aren't necessarily diverse. And I literally had to do like this little back and forth. And she was like, oh, and mind you, she was a minority. And then she actually says to me, oh, thank you. That was enlightening. So I get it. Some of y'all just don't know what's going on. And if these companies feel like going down on DEI initiatives are going to help them, then good. Personally, I feel like DEI is one of the lower cost initiatives, honestly. And the craziest thing is that when I say lower cost, that's in your budget. But the craziest thing is that so many DEI initiatives actually save far more money because it saves you from litigation, it saves you from going to court, it saves you from paying money to your attorney, like because there are rights that minority candidates have just like anybody else, and it kind of saves you in that area. But anyhow, we ain't just talking about candidates. When I talk about DEI, I want y'all to know I'm talking about the people who may have a disability that we see and now we want to say they can't do the job because maybe they have a speaking impediment, maybe they are literally blind. Maybe they are missing a limb. Like, and in actuality, a lot of those people have adapted to life so much that they can still do the work even though they have this seen disability. Now we want to talk about the people who have disabilities that we can't see. Now this helps us to understand how we can accommodate them, not accommodate them, understand if they can do the job or not. Also talking about those who have been in the military. So when I hear people talking about, oh, diversity this, diversity that, diversity isn't just for black folks. It's for the folks who've been in the military. A lot of people who have been in the military are not accustomed to working in civilian work when they get out of the military. And so as a result, they're not accustomed to applying. They're literally, automatically going through this process in the military to get the next position. So applying is very new for them. Interviewing is very new for them. Even showing their skills on their resume is very new for them. It's so much that's so new for them that diversity helps them get seen. So no different than any other video, I'm definitely going to refer to my video where I tell you what the heck DEI is. So just be prepared. There's no comments over there. You can't leave comments. It's okay. I'm fine with it. I was getting too much hate comments. And I don't think people realize that I'm a person that got feelings too. So the same way you want to protect your kids, your spouses, whoever, I want to protect myself. I know I put myself on the online platform and people just think, okay, she fair game because she online.
No, I'm not fair game.
Like, I have feelings too. I'm a person. I'm going to always respect you. If I agree with your opinions or not, I always respect people. So I ask for the same thing in return. But I'm going to put this video right here so you guys can know exactly what diversity, equity, and inclusion is. And I'm just gonna go ahead and put this video right here to also tell you guys about the benefits of diversity. Nobody say you got to sign on to it. Just educate yourself before you make an assumption. So some of the companies that have been decreasing in their DEI initiatives is Microsoft. Microsoft laid off some of their DEI employees in mid-2024. I did a blog all about that, and I got pretty much attacked when I posted it on LinkedIn. And like, I use Microsoft's public information to like make the information for the blog. So I was a little confused why people were beating me up. And a lot of times I think one of the reasons people beat me up is because I use like catchy little titles to get y'all intrigued to want to watch. And I think I had put that they eliminated it, and people were like,
They didn't eliminate it. They decreased it.
I'm like, okay, my bad. I should not have used that catchy title. But I got the thing accomplished. They were looking at it. Anyhow, so Microsoft, they decreased their DEI initiatives, and so did Ford Motor Company. I wrote a blog all about Ford Motor Company too, because they decreased their initiatives. And a lot of times people assume that decreasing the initiatives is always focused on money. Sometimes it's not. One reason I say that is because people be like, well, they hired people to manage these things. No, a lot of us volunteer for DEI initiatives. Like myself, I volunteer on not only an ERG, but the leadership board of that ERG. We volunteer for that work in addition to our work. So it's almost like we add more work onto ourselves. For the companies that had a designated DEI team, y'all don't know, them teams ain't never been big to start with. They put 2 or 3 people in there, and we got a DEI group, we got a DEI department, and it's like 2 or 3 people. It's really not like you're saving tons of money. I've seen companies that fly executives out to a whole nother country and let them stay there for 3 weeks and bring their spouse and all this other stuff. That be costing more than somebody's annual salary that work in DEI. Just throwing that out there. I'm not saying that's what Ford did. I'm not saying that's what Microsoft did. I'm just saying that's what I've witnessed. But Ford and Microsoft were the 2 that I wrote blogs about to give you more detail, right? Now, I'm going to tell you about a list of others that also decreased their DEI initiatives. And I didn't do blogs about them because I don't want my channel to just be DEI focused. I just wanted to kind of spit some information out there to share it with y'all for education purposes. But these companies that downsized their DEI teams was Zoom, also Snap. Some of y'all might not even remember Snap anymore, but that's another tech company. Tesla. I'm not really surprised with Tesla. They've had a lot of other layoffs, so I can't even blame them for doing it. When you've had so many layoffs, I mean, Zoom has had layoffs too, but when you have so many layoffs, you kind of have different reasonings for laying folks off. So, or you already have financial challenges. Most times they're financially focused. So Tesla, DoorDash, they also decreased their DEI team. Lyft, they decreased theirs. Home Depot, they decreased theirs. I'm actually impressed with Home Depot for even having one to begin with, because DEI isn't really that big of a topic there. And in most places, those are what, you know, President-elect Trump had called as the black jobs. So they literally hire all the people that get the black jobs. So they got a lot of black people that work for Home Depot. But anyhow, so I was actually impressed that they even had an actual DEI team or initiative in place. So I completely understand them. And then Wayfair. Wayfair is another one. Child, Wayfair need to focus, in my opinion, now, that's why I'm gonna be a little shady. Wayfair need to focus more on that dang on sex trafficking than worry about DEI. You need to create a sex trafficking group. But anyhow, it's so sad because I actually shop at Wayfair. So I was disappointed with them because I'm like, guys, y'all really have a lot of problems that's benefiting the sex trafficking organization or whatever you want to call them, and you're more focused on your DEI. You need to replace DEI with safety for your customers and your employees. The rest of them, I mean, I didn't dig into to know the reasons why they decreased them. As I said on a video about politics at work, I know that it indirectly plays into company initiatives moving forward. So I'm not really surprised that so many of these companies did it. But like I already told y'all when I talked about, I believe, Microsoft in that video, because I did a designated video on Microsoft. When I talked about that video, I told y'all a lot of these companies in 2020 only started it because of Black Lives Matter movement, and it was a popular thing to do. I had so many mentees that were constantly like,
Hey, TImeka, I want you to help me get a DEI position.
hey, first of all, I'm a little different because I get a little annoyed when I see a bunch of black people leading DEI initiatives, because DEI is far more than just us. And I feel like we doing the same thing as what's already been done to us when we're leading DEI, and we're doing it in a narrow focus. I like to see a very, very diverse DEI team personally. I like to see a little bit of Indian American, first generation Chinese American, or Latin American, like mix it up. I want to see somebody that has a disability I can see, a disability I can't see. I want to see somebody that's talking about religious things. I want to see somebody that's talking about a little bit of everything that's DEI focused. I want to see a little gender equality in there, or LGBTQIA. And so I get a little frustrated when I just see a team full of black people, particularly black women, leading DEI, because I feel like that fuels the assumptions of what DEI is. All right, so just throwing that out there. If this is your first time watching a HR video, I really hope that you enjoyed it. Every time I talk about DEI, I feel like I'm adding to the divisiveness in the world, and my plan is just to educate y'all, like for real. My friends are so diverse, so I'm not focused on just black people. I don't feel like we need special accommodations. I feel like we just want to be treated equally. That's all. We're not treated equally, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm not going to dive into that because that takes me into my emotions. And just so you know, I'm coming from over a decade of human resources experience where I have the highest level SHRM certification. I also have a double master's degree of being an MBA as well as master's in human resources management. And on top of that, y'all, I've started my career as an HR assistant, worked my way up to an HR director, and I gladly sit as a global human resources business partner. So I ain't just tossing this information out there just so y'all can be like, oh,
she just want to get her opinion out.
I'm coming from knowledge, experience, and history with this when I come with it. Cool? I hope you enjoyed this video. For those of you who are returning, can't wait to see you on the next video.